Hello and welcome to another episode of SEC Clash. I'm your host, Justin Johnson. Starting a little late here, has some technical difficulties, but we're trying to figure some of them out. So we're going to go ahead and do a recap on all these games that happened, the good and the bad. First, I watched Missouri and Central Arkansas. Hey, Bo Parbula looked good. I like Cam Coleman and Ahmad Hardy, however you say that. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it. That guy is a little tank. You don't want to hit that guy. That was a good game that I like to watch. I know it was just against Central Arkansas, but it showed some things that really looked good for them. Next, Auburn versus Baylor. Look at old Auburn. Look at old Hugh Freeze out there getting him a win, beating old Baylor. Good job there, Hugh Freeze. I've been talking smack. I guess I can put my foot right in my mouth about it, huh? Auburn beating Baylor 38-24. Doing a good job. Jackson Arnold making big plays with his legs. I like it. Did really good. So that's a win for Hugh Freeze. Keep you off that hot seat for a little bit. Next, Syracuse and Tennessee. Now I was flipping back and forth between this one and the Texas and Ohio State game. But Tennessee, Joey Aguilar looked good. Had a real defense looked good. I did like the defense. It did get a little scary right there. You know, Syracuse was kind of creeping up on Tennessee. Then Tennessee was like, no, let's just go ahead and leave it. Joey Aguilar got an arm. I'll tell you that for sure from what I see. So good job by Tennessee, whooping some tail. Did really good on that. Next game I watched, Texas versus Ohio State. Texas loses 7-14 to Ohio State. Lord have mercy. All that build up for Arch Manning, and he was underthrowing everything like that. You know, people were talking about he had more commercials than he did completions. Look, I was one of the guys that was talking this guy down, but I'm also going to hop in here and say, hey, it's his first big game. Everybody was saying, hey, look how he did against this team. What, against ULM? Mississippi State? No, he comes in here up against a real team. He got blindsided coming up against Ohio State. So it got him right there. But he still didn't, defense, like it kept him in it pretty much. He's got to score. He's got to hit some of these passes. And I'm not going to lie, I saw some of them receivers drop them passes too. So it wasn't all on him. But, next, looked at the Mississippi State and Southern Miss. Mississippi State went out there and just beat old Southern Miss down. Hey, a lot of people were saying, hey, this might be a bad game for old Southern Miss. Not what you're talking about. It wasn't no bad game for Daggum. Mississippi State, Blake Shapen looked good. Went out there, put a beat down on Southern Miss. That's how they do it over there. That is how they do it. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the one I didn't want to talk about. Alabama versus Florida State. Lord have mercy. What happened? Trust me, that was the full. Watch a lot of these games, watch them full. But what were we doing? First drive went fine. Right down the field for 7 points. Then, next thing I know, defense can't stop them. Okay. Florida State gets out there and they're scored. And then Alabama can't score another point. Horrible. We stopped running the ball. A lot of people want to blame this on Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson looked fine to me. I think he was hitting all of his passes. I think he didn't hit every one of them, but he still was hitting them. That's just the people out there saying they just want Keelan Russell up there. Ignore those people saying Ty Simpson was bad when he changed quarterback. That's just the people out there that just want Keelan Russell in there because he's flashy and he can run. That's it. That's all they want. Ty Simpson looked fine to me. It was the coaching. Defense could not stop nobody. That was another big problem. And then offense, I don't know why, but it's like the play calling wasn't there. Ryan Grubb was supposed to come in here and do all this, but it hasn't looked like he's done anything. And I will get with some people like Kalen DeBoer is just standing on the sideline like he doesn't care. I don't know. It was bad. You lost 31-17 to a team that went 2-10 last year. It doesn't matter how good they have gotten this year. You were a 9-4 team last year. You shouldn't have went out there and lost to a 2-10 team. How did they go out there and get better than you did? Somebody tell me that. Somebody explain to me that. Because good Lord have mercy. It was bad. You better pick it up. I seen one, I can't remember who said it. I brought past it, but I seen where some player was like, Alabama ain't losing another game this year. So, well, you better change something very, very soon. Because you got Louisiana Monroe, and then you got Wisconsin, who might be a battle for you now. Who knows? And you got Georgia. Do I think you're beating Georgia right now? Heck no. Ain't no way you go beat Georgia right now. You crazy? No. The way that Alabama is rolling right now, they're going to be sitting at like another 9-3 season, probably 8-4. If they don't pick it up. I'm telling you that right now. Terrible. Kentucky and Toledo. Oof. Kentucky barely got out of there. 24-16. They still won. I don't feel like they've improved much. I think the most improved team is going to be this year is Mississippi State. Because Kentucky don't look like you've proven any, really. They don't. I mean, you beat Toledo. Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations. Georgia and Marshall. Can I say anything? Georgia did what they did. They went out there and scored, put 45 on them. And, Marshall only scored 7. Georgia goes out there and do what they usually do with the best coach in the SEC, and that's Kirby Smart. Hey, man, good job. Georgia, keep doing what you're doing. They're still one of the best teams in the nation, if not the best team. Can't put it past them. Alabama, A&M, and Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas just went out there. Did good. Old Sam Pittman, I know he's happy, 52-7. Not much talk about that game, just a whoop down. Oklahoma and Illinois State. 35-3. People were expecting a higher score. But I think you go out there, you bust them in the mouth, you do what you need to do, and you won the game. Congratulations, good job, Oklahoma. Did I say Ohio State? Oklahoma. Oklahoma did good on that. Texas A&M and UTSA. They say this was a trip game. This was a trap game. Trap game for Texas A&M. Texas A&M went out there, whooped them 42-24. Marcel Reed, I really like him. They look really good. Move on. Florida against LIU. What else did you expect? They went out there. And what about that catch, though? I know y'all saw that catch. That was incredible. Good job, Florida. Florida going out there. Might be another top team in the SEC this year. Looks good for them. Vanderbilt and Charleston, South Carolina. Vanderbilt went out there and just whooped the crap out of them. Diego Pavia putting his money where his mouth is and going out there and whooping on teams like you need to. Here's Charleston, South Carolina. But it looks good. We'll see how things go for them. Vanderbilt still looking good. Then LSU and Clemson. Oh, yeah. LSU finally got that week 1 dub. How about that? They got that week 1 dub. There you go. That's how it is right there. Beating Clemson 17-10. Good job. Garrett Nussmeier. I like him. LSU could probably be the best team. They got the best win right now. So I'll probably have LSU as the number 1 team in the SEC right now. Not going to lie to you. Next, I want to talk about Georgia State and Ole Miss. Ole Miss just went out there and smothered the crap out of Georgia State. Have they took a step back? Have they took a step forward? Or are they right there where they need to be? Where they were last year? Who knows? We're going to have to see some SEC play against some good opponents before we can dictate that. But Ole Miss says they have a step back none, and they got the points to prove it right there. They got the points to prove it. And Virginia Tech, South Carolina went out there and got them a win against Virginia Tech. Did really good out there. Got them a good win. Pull it up right here. Yeah, beat Virginia Tech 11-24. This was something that a lot of people said, hey, Virginia Tech is going to be a problem for South Carolina. They were a little bit, but South Carolina in the end. End up pulling it out. Gonna go when got Lenore Sellers. Everybody's real hyped on this guy, and if you can't see why, then you're blind. I really like the guy. Hey, it's another good first week of football. Besides Texas and Alabama losing and disappointing us all, next week we got another slate of games coming up. Let's look at what we got going on for next week. I have my list right here. I got to switch the list. Disappointing for some of us. I'm telling you. It was real bad. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at some of these games real quick for next week. I don't know what I'm doing half this time. I'm trying. Give me a minute. All right. Mississippi State. Arizona State. Whew. Talking about your first test right here. And it's some hard game. That's what we got next week for them. We'll see how that goes. You actually lost to them last year, 30-23. Let's hope you seem like you're better this year. I think you ought to go out there and get you a dub. I think you ought to. Ole Miss, you got Kentucky up next. Let's see how we can do that. Oh, Lord have mercy. Kentucky, I don't care. I think Ole Miss is still going to put a whooping on you. It's going to get you pretty bad. I don't care if they lost that much talent or not, but Kentucky still, you look like the worst team in the SEC right now. I'm not even going to lie to you. You still do. I know Alabama lost. Spare me to a team, but I'm just saying, Florida State could be better, but nobody else is going to say that. We're not even going to throw that in there. I'm not giving that. I'm not making any excuses. Kentucky, though, good luck with Ole Miss. Good luck. LSU, you've got Louisiana Tech. That's an easy dub for you next week. So congratulations on your first week win. Looks like you're going to get a second week win as well. Kentucky, like I just said, you got Ole Miss. Good luck. Georgia. Austin Prep. Who? Exactly. Who? Yeah, Austin. Georgia going to put a beat down on them. Florida, you got South Florida. That's another beat down. Auburn, you got Ball State. That's a beat down. Should be after you beating Baylor like that. Should be. Arkansas, you got Arkansas State. That's going to be a beat down right there. Well, no easy way to put that. It's going to be a beat down. Alabama, you got ULM. Should be a beat down. Should. I don't know how good Alabama is this year. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm hurt. It hurt my feelings. I cried a little bit. I'm just playing. It was bad, though. Hurt my feelings. Really did. Really did. Oh, well. I remember. I don't know if some of you old Alabama fans remember the old days when we get our butt kicked all the time. But, hey, some of us are like, we've been here before. We really have. Missouri, you got Kansas. You got them at home, though. Might want to keep an eye on that game. I'm not saying anything's going to happen. Missouri, I still think they're going to win that game, but we'll see. South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina State. Yeah, should beat them. That's going to be a beat down right there. Should be a big beat down. Look, I like Marcel Reed. A lot of people aren't high on this guy, but I like him. But, we'll see. We really will. I really like Marcel Reed. Yeah, like I said, you're going to beat South Carolina State. Beat down. Another beat down right there. Oklahoma, you got Michigan. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a game to watch. It's going to be another one you're going to want to tune into. Probably the biggest. Yeah, it's going to be the biggest game. It's going to be the biggest game next week. I think game day is actually going to be there for the Oklahoma and Michigan game, so you don't want to miss that. You're going to want to watch that, not next week. Oh, that is next week. I'm sorry. That is next week. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, yes, you'll be wanting to tune in that one. I know I'll be keeping up with it, tuning into it. Tennessee. You got Eastern Tennessee. That's a beatdown right there. Big beatdown right there. All right, Texas. You got San Jose State. You should beat them. Did really good. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Alabama and Texas lost, but I can make a case for Texas because they just lost to a touchdown to the reigning national champs. So Texas, if anybody's got a resume, but saying, hey, we lost here. Alabama doesn't. Sorry, Florida State isn't nothing unless Florida State goes out there and goes completely undefeated. Sorry. I'm just mad. You know I am. Texas A&M, you got Utah State. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. That's going to be a one you're probably going to want to keep your eye on and see how that goes. They should whoop Utah State, but just keep your eye on it. I think it'd be a fun game. I don't know why. Something just tells me. Then Vanderbilt, you got Virginia Tech. That's one you're going to want to watch too. That's going to be one you're going to want to watch. You beat them last year, 34-27, close game. I think it's going to be another close game here. Unless Vanderbilt's better, they might go out there and stump them. But that's all the games for next week. Sorry, I was a little late. Was having internet problems, but now it seems to be running completely fine. Thank you for tuning in to SEC Clash. Try to, come check me out on YouTube, Spotify, I try to, Facebook, Instagram. Or I don't have the ticker. I don't have the TikTok. But, all right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to SEC Clash. Sorry for the late one. But, hey, more football. It's just the beginning. If you lost this week, keep your head up. It can always get better. If you're a winner this week, congratulations, celebrate, and get ready for the next game. This is SEC Clash, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. See you guys on the next one.